Good morning. Hello, welcome back to Soft Matters, the best place to be when life gets hard. My name is Emily, and today I want to dedicate a practice to growth, to stretching and reaching beyond your boundaries, to opening up and expanding. The reason why is because it's a new moon. New moon always invites to set intentions and to decide what it is that you want to draw into your life. New moon is a new start, it's new opportunities, it's new possibilities, and all of that. And yeah, newness, it requires a shedding of the old, but newness also requires like a growing into something new. Like a tree, a tree can't ungrow. A tree can't like be like, oh, this was nice. No, you know what? Let me just like shrink a little now. That's never gonna happen. Same goes for us. In all the ways that we grow. It's not visible to the eye as it is with a tree, though. So usually we're like, I'm not going anywhere, or like, it feels like I'm not moving forward, but you are. Every moment you're breathing, you are moving forward. Anyway, that being said, today's practice is a dedication to growth. Growth and expansion, because that is what I want to call in. So, whenever you're ready, please come into a seated position of your choice. Maybe let's start on the knees today. Let's start on the knees. So, we're going to sit like this, and let's start with some nice, juicy head rolls. Just neck rolls, head rolls, just to open up that connection where actually the mind is about to meet the body. Maybe you've been all up in your head all day, and maybe this is a very sticky portal to open, or maybe not. And if you take it one way, take it the other way. If you're going really slow, maybe try what it's like, feel what it's like to go maybe a little fast. Or if you're going really fast, see what it's like to go slow. And if there's a sticky side, maybe stay there and be like, ooh, curious about what's going on there. Because the stickiness and the tension and the contraction in our bodies, that's where our minds is also probably at work, making sure that there is no room for growth, making sure that it stays stuck. So the tensions in the body, they are definitely connected to the tensions of the mind. So let's see whether we can loosen some of that up. All right. Place the hands on the legs, and we're gonna just like take some cat-cows in this position. So you're gonna arch the back, and then on an inhale, open it up. Exhale, make a hand. Inhale, open up. And now you're gonna bring the arms into the mix. So when you arch, maybe you come forward in a little bit of a child's pose. And then if you open up, maybe your arms reach sideways and your shoulder blades meet at the back. Exhale, fold maybe all the way forward into child's pose. And then open up on an inhale. And make it bigger and bigger and bigger, and meet your edges. And if you were used to just like make movements really small and really contained because your body is not supposed to move in big ways, then see and feel and explore what it's like. If you are taking up space, reach the arms forward as you come down and then reach it all the way, maybe up even now. Opening everything up in that front body, allowing it to be seen and to be felt. And exhale, dropping down again. Ooh. Coming back to your own space and your intimacy. Inhale, open up. Exhale, closing down, coming back to yourself. Let's stay here for a moment and let's take stock of what that little bit of opening, how does it feel? What's going on in your body now? Oh, maybe already some nice big sighs want to be released. Do it. Take up space. Also with sound. Ha! Yeah, let it go. And push yourself up again with the arms, the hands. And oof, all right. And now if it's not comfortable for you on the knees, just take a sukhasana, an easy seat. All right, arm reaches sideways and up, and then the left hand is maybe on the floor or not. And then you drop your hips to that right side off of your feet. Woo! Coming for a side stretch. Oh, and then maybe without pressing into the floor, and maybe with, we're gonna take it back to the middle, breathing in, reaching for the sky, and on an exhale, we're gonna come to the other side. Ah, wow. Left arm is reaching over the head, and the hips are fallen to the left side of your feet. Ooh, stretching it out. That's it right there. That's creating space. That's growing, reaching as you come back to the middle, breathing in. Reach, reach, reach. You're growing. Reach. And then bring the hands together in front of the heart in Namaste. Bow the head for a moment. Big breath in and sigh out. Whew. All right. We're already starting to move. Now let's come on to all fours. And here again, make it all about growth and length. So as you're starting in a child's pose, reaching the arms forward, imagine that there's like something pulling at your tailbone and there's something pulling at your fingertips. So you want to, there's both ways are like being pulled to the other side, it's the duality also, like there's a pushing and there's a pulling, and then you come up, you lift your hips off of your glutes, off of your heels, and you come all the way to the front. Very gently, you're gonna drop that upper body to the floor. How? And then here, with your hands still on the floor, you're gonna make some baby cobras, but really, really feeling that length through your crown. So the shoulders there are really away from the ears. And you're trying to make length through that crown. And exhale. Coming back to the floor. Inhale, reaching. Shoulders are away. The hands are pressing into the floor. Oh, exhale. And back to the floor. One more time. Coming up, lifting that chest, opening it up. Shoulders away from the ears. Crown reaches, spine is lengthening. And coming back to the floor. Pressing the hands into the floor. Oh, and coming back to that child's pose. Find that reach again, that sensation of reaching through the fingertips and in the same time the tailbone being heavy and solid. Being pulled to the other side of the room and into the floor. Now let's walk the hands to the right side of the mat. Maybe the left hand comes on top of the right. And you find that stretch in that left side of the body. And use your breath to keep length and really visualize how from the tippy toppy of your fingers all the way through the side of your body to the back. Oh, you're opening up, you're stretching, you're growing. Big breath in. Exhale. Release, taking the fingers to the other side of the mat. Maybe now a left hand comes on top of the right. Oh, opening up that right side and really seeing how the fingers, the tips of the fingers, they are connecting to the outside of that entire right body, and they go all the way into that hip. And you're growing beyond the fingertips and beyond that edge of your hip. You're just growing, and it's all one line and it's flow. Big breath in. Coming back to center. And pressing yourself up into that all fours again. And let's give it a little sway, a little dance, a cat-cow dance, and make it your own, make it weird. Maybe see this as an opportunity for growth and for opening as well, to allow yourself to move in a way that you would usually wouldn't. You wouldn't really dare to move this way, but now you're just you on your mat in your own privacy, your own intimacy. Or maybe you're with friends and you're like, okay, let's get freaky. Do it. Take it. Now is your time to feel that. I genuinely still remember the first times when it was all here in Ibiza, obviously. The first times when I would be in classes, movement classes of all sorts, where I would be like invited, now let's just let it all go. And I would be like, I don't think that's good for me. I don't think I should do this because I'm really weird. But then obviously people here are way weirder. No, it's not true. I'm just as weird as they are. But I mean, when everybody just allows themselves to be free and to move in free ways, that's wow. It ends up not being weird at all. All right. Enjoy that dance. And when you're done, come back onto your glutes onto your feet. We're going to make it a little bit of a dance, right? Left hand comes behind, right hand comes up and opening up that front. But maybe for now, let's keep the hips stuck to the heels for now, just to get the hang of this flow. Left hand comes behind, right hand swings forward and over and opening up that front. And then we take it to the other side. Right hand comes to the floor. Left hand up and over. Opening that chest. And first, let's just see what it feels like to do it this way. What is it like? And then when you're feeling, okay, Emily, I'm getting the hang of this. I'm ready to free flow and to play a little. Then maybe you like to lift your hips. Woo! Feeling a stretch. Exploring your body, exploring movement. And maybe for you it's different. Maybe you like to place that hand to the right. Maybe, I don't know. You're just, maybe you make a full circle. Yeah. But just take this moment to explore edges, to explore the way you move. Maybe you come up. Maybe your bum comes off your heels. And maybe you're just on your knees. Finding freedom, finding range of movement, and finding whatever expression is there inside your body right now. And whenever you feel some pockets of tension, maybe you want to lean into them and be like, what are you? Or maybe you're just like, okay, I can move with you. I can move through you. But when you find tension, when you find a stickiness or some stiffness, instead of avoiding that spot. It can be really nourishing to just be there for a moment. For me, my kidneys are still a very tender spot. So it's nice if I find some kind of twist to just like, be there in that twist for a moment and just, feel what's going on. And then take it to the other side. But you do you. And you just play around. Play around and enjoy using your body beyond your so-called limitations, edges, or boundaries. Open it all up. Coming onto the knees, taking more and more space, giving yourself this freedom, giving yourself this growth, and maybe even imagining how you are coming up from the ground and growing, reaching the arms up on an inhale and exhale, coming back to the floor. And then same thing, coming up as you're growing, taking it all up to the sky, reaching. And then let's find that moment of stillness again, coming into a child's pose. And let's just see what it's like right now in your body. What can you feel? Do you feel maybe discomfort or maybe relief? Like, oh, this was actually really nice. Or maybe you're like, okay, I tried it and this really sucks. Whatever it is, try to just observe it and to not attach any meaning to it. Can you just be present? Meanwhile, Suki is exploring the cave of my child's pose. Take some nice breaths. Settle your breath. Settle your center. Settle your attention. And then on a breath in, we're gonna come back into focus. And we're gonna bend, keep that knee bent, the right knee bent, and we're just gonna make some circles, opening up that hip. Take it one side, take it to the other side. Trying to stay mindful of both hands that are pressing into the floor and the core. Have it a little bit activated. Then curl the right toes under. The leg is straight behind you. Stretch it out a little. And then we're gonna lift that leg. Right leg lifts. And then at the same time, the left hand reaches forward. The left arm is lifting as well. And this is another really nice way of finding extension beyond your physical limits. Can you think and feel how the energy is moving through your fingertips and through your toes? If your toes are pointed, maybe your feet is flexed. And feel that line and that extension and that growth. Keep the shoulders away from the ears, making length through the crown. And then reaching with that right foot, with that left hand for the right foot, and then opening up, tiger pose. Maybe a little roar. Breathing in, exhale, and release. Placing the hands back on the floor, and giving it a little cat-cow roll, little child's pose maybe. Just loose it up, open it up, and then let's take it to the other side. The left knee stays bent, but comes off the floor. We're gonna make some nice juicy circles with the knee, that is. Juicy circles with the knee, one way then the other. Core is activated, and the hands, they push yourself away from the floor so you're not dropping into the floor. For me, it's always my jaw that like immediately responds. All right, when you feel like you've had enough circles, the left toes curl under, stretch out the hammies a little that left leg. Oh. Whew. And then that left leg rises. Oh, my knee. Left leg rises. And then the right arm rises as well, reaching to the front of the mat. And again, see that length. Feel that reaching beyond. And feeling at the same time that strength of holding everything together. Like there's a core, there's an essence, there's your center. And then from that center, you're gonna shoo, allow for your energy to shoo, reach beyond your limits. Ooh. Feel a little bit of burn maybe. I know I do. Oh God. And then reach that right hand to that left foot, opening up that chest. Expansion in the front. Opening up. Big breath in and a reach it out. And then very gently release. And then roll it out again in your cat cows. Maybe a puppy pose. Maybe a child's pose. And maybe you like to come through to a cobra. And let's meet in child's pose whenever you're ready. All right. And now in this child's pose, in the intimacy of your own space, after having moved your body a little, I'm going to ask you, what is it that you would like to grow? What is a limitation that you want to move past? First thing that comes to mind. What is it that you want to move past? Take that into our next little exercise. All right, breathing coming up. And then we're going to drop ourselves to our bellies, but we're going to do it very slow and mindfully. So the hands firmly on the ground. And then we're going to bend the elbows, but not towards the outside, but towards the inside of our body. So it's going to stay close to our upper body, like a chaturanga. And very slowly, we're going to drop ourselves onto our bellies. Okay. And then here, we're going to take some superwomans, formerly known as supermen's, but you know, we're super women. So we're going to reach the arms forward, and then on an inhale, we're going to reach the arms off of the floor and the legs as well. All right? So take a breath out, and on the breath in, lift it all off the floor. And now you're flying. And this is you. You're flying through the air, and you feel again that reaching sensation that we just felt in that previous exercise. Reaching through the fingertips, reaching through the toes, creating length, and at the same time feeling that core that is gathering all of the energy. That is gathering your center, that is keeping you centered. Big breath in and exhale. Release. Give it a little sway with your hips left and right. Sigh it out. For me, this is always a pretty intense exercise. Like it really loosens stuff up in me. I can feel it. All right, we're gonna go again anyway. But we're gonna go again. Okay, here we go. Breathe out, and then on a big breath in, reaching everything off of the floor. You're flying. You're flying, your pelvis is pressed into the floor, but everything is lifted off. And you're reaching forward. Your spine is one long line. Through your crown, you can feel the shoo shooting out. There's fireworks coming out of your feet, out of your fingers, out of your crown. Lift a little higher. And exhale, drop. Woo. Give that sway again. And then, you guessed it, we're going one more time. We're going to fly one more time because I want you to feel it, what it's like to go beyond. And now this time, as we're going up, I want you to visualize how you are reaching beyond that limit, that boundary, that you just visualized or that you just remembered that you want to move past. All right, breathe out, and then big breath in, come up. And now you're flying towards your goal. You're flying towards that thing that you want to move past. And you're becoming stronger and stronger, and you're reaching farther and further. And woo! I can feel the buildup. And your core, it is strong and solid. Your back is strong and solid. You can carry yourself. Woo! Reaching, reaching, reaching. Oh my God, one more reach. You got this. 5, 4, feel the tremor. 3, 2, reach. 1 hand. Drop. Wow, you did amazing. Give it maybe a little shake, a little sway. And come into a child's pose. What was it like to reach? What did it feel like to reach beyond and further? What was it like to fly past that limitation? You're doing great. You're brave. I see you. All right. On the next breath in, coming up onto all fours. And then taking that right knee again and placing that right foot in front of the mat. On the outside of your right hand. So we're coming into a lizard pose. And we're just gonna open up that left hip flexor. And the right hip as well. Hello. Hello, hello. Opening up those pockets and then placing that right foot in between the hands in the front of the mat, on the front of the mat. And finding that moment of stillness. Left hip flexor is really stretching. And on the breath in, we're going to reach the arms forward and up. And now again, we are reaching. Lost my balance. We are reaching for the skies. Reaching for the skies. Reaching past everything that we never thought was possible. And we're going to move further as well. We're going to curl the back toes under, left foot, and then we're going to lift ourselves up to the sky. 3, 2, 1. Breathe in, lift. We're here in a high lunge, reaching even higher. All right. Shoulders away from the ears, but the arms are reaching. The back is solid. The feet are strong. Ha. Ooh. And now we're going to open it up to the side. The left heel comes to the floor. We're going to come into our warrior two. All right, this is you. This is you. You are the warrior. And you are coming for what it is that you want. And what you want is you want to move past limitations. Feel the reaching through the fingertips. Shoulders away from the ears. The gaze is over the fingertips or a point further away, wherever your goal lies. And feel that warrior energy. Now reaching forward and back, reverse warrior. And then stretching out that front leg and coming into your triangle pose. Shoo! Oh yeah! Your core is still activated. And your upper body is strong, your lower body is strong and solid. Inhale, coming back into your warrior two. And then wheel it down. Back to your low lunge. All right, foot comes to the back of the mat. You take a vinyasa, if that's what you like, or you don't. Chaturanga. You. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Stretching out the hammies. The back of the legs. Woo! This is the first downward dog. There's actually lots of tension in the back of my legs. All right, but keep visualizing. Wow, keep visualizing that length. So even though there's a stretch that makes you feel like your legs are short and stiff, in this stretch, imagine how that length is going beyond the heels, through the floor. Length, and also through the crown. Keep that length, that visualization of length. Alright, and then very gently dropping the knees. Coming back to all fours, and now the left foot comes to the outside of the left hand. Coming into that lizard first, give that a little bit of a sway and opening. Lean into those pockets of tension, those bits of stiffness, stuckness. Lean into them, sway a little, warming up for the reaching. Placing that left foot in between the hands now, and then reaching the arms forward and up, and reaching for the skies. But that base is solid. The hips are heavy and solid. Those are the roots of your tree. They allow you to grow. Without roots, no tree. So feeling that solidness and feeling the reaching at the same time. Now the back toes curl under, right foot. And on an inhale, 3, 2, 1, come up. Ew! High lunge. Ew, we're growing, we're reaching. Oh. Shoulders away from the ears. Feet are solid. Whew, strong back. And dropping that right heel to the floor, coming into warrior two. Reaching through the fingertips. Oh, sinking into that solid base. The elbow curls under, not splaying out. And you look over the hands of that left hand. Fingers of that left hand. You're a warrior, and you feel your goals are within reach. Because you can reach way past, beyond the limits of your mind. All right, reach, reach, reach. Solid in the same time, and then reaching forward, coming into that reverse warrior. Oh, and then stretching out that front leg, coming into your triangle on the other side. Ooh, feeling the stretch on the left side. You're in between two walls. Your core is activated. You're not dropping to the floor. Breathing in, coming back into that warrior two, and then bringing it all down. Left foot comes to the back. You take a chaturanga, or you go straight to downward dog, or maybe you like a child's pose. Who am I to judge? Ain't no judging here. And bringing it back to downward dog. That's where we're gonna meet. Pedaling it all out. And instead of that tight muscle, visualize how through the breath and through movement, this tightness is spreading out and seeping into the floor and out of that muscle. And by spreading out, I mean more like it's not stuck in the muscle, it's just energy. And you can move that energy by bringing your breath in it, or just stretching as you're doing right now in that downward dog and pedaling it out. And then you can really visualize how that stuckness, that stiffness, how that is moving and dissolving, seeping out into the floor, or just dissolving beyond the physical limits of your body. All right. Now let's step to the front of the mat. Maybe like a little hop. That's not the style. And then let's dangle here for a moment. Grabbing the elbows, maybe bending the knees, and swaying it out. I always like to give it a little bounce here as well. And now, placing the feet together, or hip width distance apart. And we're going to reach the arms forward and come into our chair pose. And again here, there's this solid base. You can feel your feet on the floor, but in the same time, you want to sit in a chair, but there's no chair. But there is you. There's your foundation. And in the same time, there's the reaching through the fingertips again. 3, 2. And on a 1, coming all the way up. And maybe even on the tippy toes, on the balls of the feet, reaching for the sky. And breaking it down. Shaking it out. Giving a little shake. As you'll know, if you move with me a lot, the shake for me, it's very un-yoga, but it's really nice for my body. Maybe it works for yours as well. Maybe you just enjoy stillness. Take what you need. And then here at the front of the mat, we're going to bring that right knee up. And maybe we take a little circle, maybe sideways. And then rolling out that wrist, give it a little movement. Sorry, that's not a wrist, that's an ankle. Rolling out the ankle, excuse me. And then placing that foot on the inside, maybe of the thigh, maybe it comes on the lower leg. Place it where it's comfortable. Just never place it on a knee because that's a tender spot. We're coming into our tree pose. And here, I want you to visualize how your roots are growing deep into the ground, allowing for you as a tree to grow and to grow and to grow. And then take your arms whichever way you like. Maybe they're a little bit lancy right now. Maybe you're a tree swaying in the wind, like a willow, flaw. Or maybe you're a palm tree and you like to bring your hands into lotus over your head. I don't care as long as it feels good. So visualize your tree, make your tree, play with your tree, be your tree, and feel how you are growing. And again, bring that thing, that situation, or that dream or desire, that thing you want to move past. Bring it to mind. What will it look like if you have moved past this limitation? Who will you be? What will you do? Give that a vision. How do you move? What do you look like? What are you doing? And how does it feel? That's a nice one, isn't it? All right, when you're ready, maybe we go for a very small passage through Warrior 3. Why, Emily? Why? Leave me alone. Well, you can just come and rest now. But I like to give and feel you. Oh, sorry. I like to have you feel your strength. So feel it. Maybe your arms are alongside of you. Maybe they're stretched like an airplane. Maybe they're in front because you're a badass. Feel your power. When you're done, bring that foot back to the floor and give it a little shake again. Or find stillness and feel what's going on in your body. Sigh it out. Sigh out all the limitations, all the ideas that do not suit this growth version of you. All right. Left knee comes up. Give it maybe a little swirl, little twirl. Opening up that left hip. And then rolling out the ankle. And then bringing that foot to the inside of the thigh or calf or wherever it feels nice for you, just not the knee. All right, and then here we are again. Tree on the other side. There's more time for you to explore what your tree looks like and to see what you and your future look like if you have moved past this limitation. See it, feel it, smell it, and hear it. Where are you? What are you doing in this new vision of you that has moved beyond this limitation, that has resolved this, I don't know, maybe it's a challenge, maybe it's something you've always wanted to do, maybe it's something you've always wanted to let go of. Whatever it is, you're growing, you're growing, you're growing. You are reaching far beyond everything that you ever thought was possible for you. New moon, here we come. She likes for you to dream big. She likes for you to move forward. She's ready for you. And are you ready for her? Let's check it out in our Warrior 3. Woo! Left leg comes behind and we're coming parallel to the floor. And we're flying. We're flying again like a superwoman. Whee! Maybe we're an airplane. Shoo! Maybe hands are reaching to the back. Oh, God. If you lose your balance, you just come back at it. Nothing happened. I mean, nothing bad happened. It's part of the process. Maybe the arms reach forward because you're a badass. I'm not that badass today. I'm bringing my feet back to the floor. And I'm giving it a shake. Releasing all of the bullshit stories that I believed about what was possible for me and what wasn't. All right, now let's take that moment of stillness. Feet hip-width distance apart. Arms are by our sides, palms facing forward. And the shoulders are away from the ears. Maybe the shoulder blades. Say hi to each other at the back. Take some nice big breaths in. And sigh it out. Big breath in together. Let it go. One more time. Big breath in. Let it go. And one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. Feel the stillness, feel the movement. And again, see yourself, that future self that's already here because you can imagine it. That future self that's moved beyond what you thought was possible. But they're there. Connect to them. What do they look like? Maybe a lot of emotions come up for you right now because you're also feeling some blockages. Maybe you can't connect to that vision. Then allow for that to come up as well. No need to move faster than you can. Trust your soul. All right, let's take one last big breath in together, arms reaching sideways and up. And on the exhale, let's bring them together over each other, giving ourselves a nice big hug. Drop the head. Say thanks to your body and thanks to yourself for showing up. And especially saying thanks to every previous version of you, because at every step of the way, you did your best. And you know, it's really fancy to see a huge tree that's grown to its full potential, or without that little seed, that tiny little seed. There would never be that huge tree. But all the potential, it was already in that little seed. All right. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Thank you so much for taking out time to grow. Thank you so much. You're doing amazing. I see you and I cheer for you. Hope to see you in another video.